What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, episode 8, bitch. Beach, please, okay? It's about to be some shit, hopefully go on in this episode. They starting off, we got Porsha and them. They still continuing where they left off last week with Porsha and them, or mostly Porsha being upset and in her feelings about the fact that Kenya didn't brought her baby, and she wanted to bring hers. If she knows she could have brought hers, she would have, or whatever. But Candy had to calm the situation down and be like, well, 9 out of 10 is the reason why she probably had to bring her baby is because she just got a new nanny, and you're not gonna trust a new nanny right off the back with your child to be with them by themselves for this long period of time. Plus, she don't have Mark because Mark is out there in New York. Then, she ain't got nobody else probably to watch the baby either. So, she had to make do with what she got. So that kind of calmed the situation down. Then we get back to the beach house. And so basically what's going on is Kenya is planning like this murder mystery type of entertainment shit that's gonna be acted out. So these ladies come over, they setting up the stuff, seeing what's gonna happen. They gonna have some police come up in there, something like that. I said, with the climate that's going on right now, and then one of your fellow castmates been all up in the protesting and being arrested, I don't know how that's gonna work, but okay. Um Cynthia shows up first, okay, out of all the girls, even though she was the one that was going to be late, she showed up first. The other girls, I think, showed up an hour later. Cynthia finds her room. She gets a good room or whatever. She's appreciative of it. The rest of the girls get there. They was on the boat, the Sprinter. Mind you, they was supposed to be a 4-hour ride. Okay, the 4-hour ride turned into 8 hours. Don't know why, but it turned into 8 hours. Okay, and then they get in the house, and then Kenya's like, get these name tags or whatever, and so that we can go ahead and do like some little alter egos and all this stuff. So of course, Cynthia, she did 50 Cent. Marlo did Diva. Latoya did Trinity Girl. What's her name? Porsha did Peach Juice. Tanya did Dynasty. Shamia did something, Regina something, bitch. Girl, I don't know. Candy did Angel, okay? And if I missed anybody, I don't care. But Drew did something. I don't even remember. But whatever. So they getting ready to have a good time or whatever. They sitting down in the living room. They kikiing it up for the moment. And all of a sudden, this lady come rolling out there. Oh my God! Oh my God! I said, what the hell is this? So now the murder mystery game is about to start. And they gave him, girl, I already know, and I'm going to put this on the offset. If you are a Latoya fan, don't expect me to say nothing nice, okay? Because I'm already seeing some clips of this episode, and I can already see what shit's going to pop off in this episode. And I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not a fan of hers, and I'm going to say it right here, right now. I'm just not a fan of hers. So as the girls are there, and like I said, all of a sudden the lady passes out, and then all of a sudden these guys come in and they acting like fake cops, but hey, hey, ho, ho. And when they come in brandishing these guns and all this stuff, we see Porsha jump over the couch. I think that was a natural reaction, because if I see somebody come in with a gun, bitch, I'm ducking. Okay, this big bitch gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? But, they trying to do this murder mystery shit. Kenya getting in her feelings about it because of the simple fact that, first of all, the game is ghetto as shit, okay? I don't know what they trying to do. It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't put together. It wasn't organized well. And I feel as though Kenya is getting upset at them. One of the tricks about the game, if whoever find out who did the murder or whatever, if they don't like their room, they get to go to another room that they got, extra room that they got that's a much better. Okay, fine. But, of course, Tanya, she trying to win it, and she eventually does win it. But my whole thing of it is, Kenya gets upset at the fact that the girls are drunk. The girls are just, doing their own things. They acting like a pack of wild wolves or whatever she said. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, loosen the fuck up. We just got here. Y'all been here for hours. They just got there and they trying to unwind and have some fun. We ain't trying to be putting our brain to use like that. We want to get fucked up on the first night. That's what we want to do. This murder mystery shit, that's something that we do maybe on the second or third night that we here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We don't want to do this shit right when we get off the bus. We ain't even got our rooms yet. You know what I'm saying? And so that went on. Fallon popped up. At this point, and we find out that Fallon is not staying, I think, with them. She brought her husband. And Latoya, why would you bring your husband? Why would you bring your husband? This is supposed to be a girls' trip. Because that's my best friend. Because why can't you bring her baby? Because she wanted to. Okay, because if truth be told, she could have left it with the nanny. I don't care how long she known him. If she wanted to be that type of person, she could have. But she wanted to, and that's what? Her right? So if Fallon want to fly down and on her little private jet that her husband owns, okay, not had to pay for, but her husband owns, you know what I'm saying? If she wants to do that and she want to play around with her husband or whatever, she can do that at this point in time. Granted, it would have been cute if she would have been able to stay up in the house with them and they had the little bonding time or whatever. But at this moment, I'm not trying to debate that shit. Just let bitches do what the fuck they want to do. And then here comes Drew. Now, see, Drew, I'm gonna have to get at you because you started this shit off. But what you said was the truth. She said, "Don't listen to Fallon. Don't listen to Latoya. She don't care about husbands or something like that. To that extent." Now, Candy was in her confessional like, "You don't say nothing about nobody's marriage to them in their face like that." On the one, talk about something, you don't know her like that, you don't know what goes on in the marriage and all that shit, but they had to go back and let us know that Latoya really don't give a fuck about her husband at this point, because she was talking about, being separated and still dating and getting hers in, even though she's separated or whatever. Drew is like, just because you're separated does not mean that you're divorced. Does not mean that you get to go fuck around and all this stuff. So they come from different sides of the coins on this marriage thing. So that's why Drew said what she said, because of what Toya put out there. That's why she said what she said. Did Drew need to say that? No, she didn't. Okay, but then that leads to Latoya telling Drew, "Bitch, let's talk about your struggling husband." Now, at this moment, I want to know exactly what he's struggling on, okay? Because the last time, unless he, the emotional side, yes, he probably struggling on that. But when it comes to finance, it looked like, truth be told, I'm not even gonna lie, because I ain't been seeing Drew in a lot of shit ever since the Crazy Sexy Cool TLC movie. It looked like Ralph is the one that's taking care of that family, okay? Especially if he in tech and shit like that, or whatever the fuck he do, IT, yeah, he look like he probably the one that's taking care of the family. So what is he struggling at? Your husband, what do your husband do? Bitch, I'm not gonna do that, And at this point, like, for real, what does her husband do? Do he live off of her YouTube shit, or do he got a job outside of the YouTube stuff? Okay, I just really want to know. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, they going back and forth. I'm not really too upset at this part, because Drew did pop it off. And then, Drew, you shaded her, she shaded you back. So that's fair game right then and there. But, if you gonna shade a bitch with some truth. Like, if her husband really struggling, where she struggling at? Where he struggling at? I really want to know. I'm really asking this question. But at the same time, I don't know if Latoya was trying to touch her or whatever, but Drew said, "Bitch, first of all, what we not gonna do is that touching shit. The last bitch that tried to touch me got fucked up and got her head stuck in the goddamn gate, bitch. I'm from Chicago, ho." I said, whoo! I said, bitch, that's so Chicago right there. It kind of made me tingle a little bit. I said, bitch, you know what? That's some hood rat shit that we'll do. Don't do that. Okay, Drew, calm down. Latoya, calm down. Latoya, step away, because trust and believe, Drew look like she'll fuck your ass up, all right? You probably get a couple of licks in, but Drew look like she'll finish that shit. I'm just saying. I said, this is not how we supposed to have the trip going. We ain't even got the rooms yet. Y'all both need to calm down. So basically, they get into it because Drew told her don't touch her. Okay, Drew said don't touch her, and apparently Latoya aggressively grabbed her 3 times or whatever. And this is what Candy and everybody else is saying, and they trying to tell the girl, you can't be touching on people like that. That Marlo took her to the side. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And then she drunk. Okay, and so they trying to figure out what happened and trying to let the girl know you can't be touching on people, you can't be doing that. Candy telling her you was doing it in an aggressive fashion, so no, you can't do that. And at this point, Kenya said, why don't you just go over there, apologize, make it right, whatever. So she go over there and she apologizes for touching her. And, for the most part, Drew accepted it, but she on high alert for the bitch. And then here come Toya talking about something. I just want to touch your wig. Can I touch you? Can I touch you? She was like, no, you can't touch me ever. Okay. And she was like, I just want to touch your hair. Bitch, Latoya is not funny as a drunk. She's not funny as a sober person, okay? And she is annoying as hell. She is annoying as hell. She is that type of person you don't take nowhere because you don't know what you're going to get because she's doing too much. And they eventually, got over it for the most part. They go have dinner, whatever, and the girls kind of separate. We got Shamia and Porsha and Tanya go in a room. Then Fallon come up in there, and then Drew come in there. They all trying to understand what happened and what's going on. And they figured it out with Toya. Like, she the type of person that likes to push buttons. And that's exactly what she do. Meanwhile, you got Cynthia and Candy and Kenya and Latoya up in the kitchen, and they trying to figure out what happened. And she's like, I'm a Trinity girl, so therefore we touchy-feely Caribbean people, that's what we do. But I guess you can't touch people. You have to, know exactly what you was doing, okay? You was antagonizing the situation. You was provoking, okay? In that moment. Yes, Drew said the shit first, but Drew was holding on to shit because of what you said about her wig or whatever. And so she found an opportunity to get back at you, and that's what she did. And then you came back at her. I was fine with that until you start putting your hands on people, which, granted, she didn't hit her, she didn't pop her or anything like that. But even for Candy to say that you aggressively, and when you insulting people or whatever, you can't put your hands on people and do it in an aggressive manner. Everybody was saying that she did it in an aggressive manner, so that's what made it messed up or whatever. And she just don't understand that shit. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm tired of Latoya. They go finally get the rooms and stuff, and Marlo, she was upset at her room, and of course Kenya was doing this to get back at her. And I said, Marlo, why would you expect that you was going to have a good room knowing that the history that you have with Kenya? I don't know why you upset, bitch. I would be fine with whatever you give me. As long as it ain't in the basement where spider webs and insects is growing there, bitch, I'm fine with it, okay? She talking about something she gonna go sleep on the couch. Well, if that's what you gonna do, go ahead and do it, girl. So, they tried to tell Latoya most of the reason why Drew got some issue with you right about now is because she heard about what you said about her wig, okay? It got back to her, it offended her, and instead of you just going ahead and telling her how you feel, you telling everybody else. That's basically what it comes down to, and you just being a busybody for no goddamn reason. You need to apologize and all this stuff, and she talking about something, I'm gonna address it. And when Cynthia said, so you gonna address it before or after you apologize, she was like, what do I need to apologize? If your wig is trash, your wig is trash. My whole thing is this: the fact that you bring your dumb ass on this show for your first season, I see exactly why your husband said, bitch, now you ain't being a full cast member on this bitch, okay? You're not getting a fucking peach. I see exactly why he stopped that shit, okay? Because you do too fucking much. And from what people be telling me, have been telling me in my mentions on Twitter and all this shit, they said this is probably the reason why she didn't fell out with just about everybody that she was cool with or so-called cool with. All the people that she once was friends with, were once her so-called friends, she done fell out with them because she do too fucking much. You literally brought your ass on here and you are making your whole storyline about you want to be rememberable, right? And I understand that, but you making, is that a word? Memorable. There you go. You want to make your mark on this show or whatever so that you could probably come back and be a friend of a show, and whatever you get your situation done with your husband or whatever, you want to go ahead and probably amp yourself up to get a peach. That's fine. But don't come on the show being a bitch. Don't come on the show being an asshole, being somebody that's trying way too hard, because that is what you're doing. And that's turning people off, okay? Only people that are like you, have the same sensibilities as you, and do the same gutter butt shit that you do, okay, that trying too hard, that like to push people buttons and all that stuff, those the ones that like you, okay? Everybody else, we're not here for that shit. We want people to come in, have a good time, get along for the most part, and genuinely organically have issues addressed or pop up between the people. That's what happens. This shit wasn't organic. You forced the issue and it was so dumb. A fucking wig? Who cares, bitch? Ain't nobody saying nothing about the fact that you probably need a retwist on your braids. Like, you still got them damn braids in there since episode 1. Okay, bitch, ain't nobody saying nothing about that. And don't come for me and my shit because these locks, and I already know I need to get them shits retwist. It is what it is. I know my flaws, okay? But bitch, you acting like you don't have flaws. And then the way that you was talking about Drew's wig, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, okay? And why you keep harping on it? Talking about something, the wig was fucked up, the wig was fucked up. Okay, that ain't none of your business. Why is it bothering you so bad? The girl didn't do anything to you. You came for her for no reason. Okay? I don't like people like her. I really don't. Take this bitch off this show because she just leaves a nasty ass taste in my mouth. That's why, oh, bitch. Bitch. Let me tell you something. I do remember you, bitch. I do. I ain't never looked at none of her shit. But I remember when on a couple of times that I ventured over there to Lipstick Alley, they used to have multiple forums about people going in on that bitch. Latoya Forever. That's her YouTube name, right? Yeah, they used to go in on her on there. I ain't even click on the forum. It's just the title. They just be talking about how much of a bitch she is and how this and this and that. And it was always problematic shit. It wasn't never fun shit. Baby, you got a reputation that's not good. Anyway, so the rest of the girls, they in the room, they deem themselves the nieces because of the attitude that they have. They're laid back. They're trying to just have fun or whatever. And I said, Marlo, your old ass. But then again, Marlo look good, so I ain't gonna say that, you know. And like Porsha said, it ain't about age. It's about, you know, the way that they carry themselves and the attitude and the character and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, you got Candy and Cynthia and Kenya and Latoya, they being the aunties or whatever, they so uptight and, you know, not necessarily Latoya, but, you know, the other ones, they so uptight and all that stuff. Next thing, the next day, we got the Kenya, you know, Fallon went home. Marlo fixed her room up downstairs in the living room or whatever, putting 2 couches together. She was adamant about not sleeping up in that room. But, you know, the issue comes with, I said, what is going on with Mark and Kenya? Okay, like, I understand that they going through this contentious relationship right now, but is Mark really being that damn petty that he don't want his baby face shown on the TV or whatever? Because last week, Mama little face was blurred out on the goddamn, I know the shit ain't blurred out on her Instagram. It's baby Brooklyn face blurred out on Kenya's Instagram when she posts, okay? But we can, millions of followers there, or how many other thousands of millions of followers that she got on Instagram, then probably seen that baby face if it's not blurred out on there. And then when you put it on TV, you blurred the face out as if people ain't already seen it. Then she walking around the house, you blurred the face out too. I said, Mark, if you doing this and you ain't get permission to put the baby face on there, you petty as fuck. First of all, we already seen the baby face all last season. All last season. Girl, like, come on, cute little girl. Stop that. Y'all got to get this shit together. Because I'm sitting here like, if I see this blurred face one more time. So, you know, of course, they tell Candy about the nieces and the aunties and shit like that. It was cute. Drew talked to her husband about what's going on. You got Cynthia talking about everything. I'm just going to bypass a whole bunch of shit. It don't matter. We just going to get down to the fact that Marlo was in there getting dressed and she was talking to Candy and basically want to understand what is going on between her and Kenya and why they can't get it on a good foot. You know, it's bothering her that they need to just let shit go and that she do need to have a conversation with Kenya. And Candy said, if it's bothering you so much since you are talking about it, maybe you should do that. And I said, maybe you should. I don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, y'all got years and years of shit of insults that y'all throw back and forth, and it's tired. Just like Cynthia said, she is tired of being in the middle and tired of listening to the bullshit. We are too. And then we get into Shamia and Porsha at the pool or whatever, and Shamia asked him what's going on between you and Dennis, okay? And then she was like, well, you know, he sent me these text messages or whatever, and he like, you know, whatever going on between us, oh, I'm sorry, this up and down, you know, these highs and low, you know, either we get together and we just rock through it or whatever, because at the end of the day, I really do want to marry you, I really want to get down with you, okay, because I love you, girl, you my boo, bitch. That's what it was. Shamia getting all hot and bothered and like, bitch, you ain't say nothing back to this, all you said was thank you. Go ahead and go get your man. I'm sitting here like, that's all that it take. After all the bullshit that he didn't put your friend through and that she probably didn't put him through, That's all that it take was a few couple of words that he probably said in a deep tone as he was typing it. Yeah, bitch. I said, y'all some easy motherfuckers. Don't do that. You know, Porsha, stand your ground. Let him wait a little bit more. But then again, Porsha, you probably already gave him the snatch or whatever, talking about something that was a little sexy or whatever. I guess. I understand, but I don't get it, but I get it. So at this point, it seems like the girls are somewhat trying to get along, but they bored, they ain't doing nothing. And then the new controversy is how Kenya not being that good of a host. You know, she had a pig out there being cooked or whatever. Porsha vegan, so she can't eat it. A whole pig. I said, y'all, first of all, I don't do that. I don't do that. I mean, it may look it, but I don't do that. That's one thing. Ooh, no. Y'all be eating everything. My granddad, that traumatized me. When I seen a pig foot up in a jar. I said, pickle pig, see, that shit is nasty looking. Then y'all be eating chitlins and shit. I don't trust no bitch that eats chitlins, okay? Y'all is eating intestines, okay? That is what y'all eating. Y'all eating butthole, okay? And then y'all want lick ass. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I don't know where the correlation came, but that's what I came up with. Anyway, so at this point, you know, they mad about Porsha, like, no, not Porsha, but Kenya then ordered some food for herself. She said, bitch, I got a whole refrigerator full of food, and if they don't like it, you could have ordered something yourself too. I said, but you ain't even said that they can do something like that or whatever. Like, how do they know that it's the Uber Eats out there, or that's what, like, if I'm on vacation like this and I expect that you to have everything planned out, because that's what you made it seem like. A girl's trip, we're going to have everything planned out. The food going to be taken care of. The accommodations going to be taken care of. Not me having to spend, you know, extra money, which I don't have a problem with, to do this and do that, because that's what you did and you just eating it in front of everybody or whatever. She played it off cool or whatever. She wasn't upset about it. You know, she eventually shared some of her stuff. You know, Candy hungry ass. She said, you know what? I let it slide about you bringing your baby, and I let it slide about you being on the plane. But bitch, what you won't do is play me with some food. Y'all know how Candy is about her food. But then here comes Latoya. Latoya comes out with some party favor stuff and then says that she brought a wig for Drew. I don't like this girl, and I don't think I ever will. And let me tell you something. I think I don't listen, there's redeeming qualities. Truth be told, and y'all know how I used to go in on Kenya, whatever. Kenya got some redeeming qualities, because even now I really don't dislike her, okay? It's just certain things that she do that irks me, and it's not that I don't like her. You know, I would never say I don't like Kenya, you know what I'm saying? And I can say that about just about everybody on this cast. You have parts about you that I don't like, and I cannot sit here and say that I don't like you, but I mean, well, I don't like you as a whole. I just don't like certain things that you do, and that's how it is with Kenya. I don't dislike her, whatever, but this bitch, I don't like her as a whole. I don't like her. And even Cynthia was like, bitch, don't you think it's too soon for that shit? Like, you messing. It's irritating. It's irritating. She doing the fucking most, okay? Because you don't know how the girl gonna react. You don't know how the girl gonna react. And why don't you fix the situation first and let y'all get on a level where you can play around and give her a wig or whatever like that, or she asks for it. Don't keep antagonizing the goddamn situation and provoking the shit, bitch. Now, when she drag your ass the same way Porsha drag Kenya, don't say fucking nothing. So the end of the episode, you know, they finally get to eat the pig. They have Porsha say a prayer over the pig, and you know, Candy said somebody might be offended looking at this and might be disgusted, but when I see that shit, my eyes open up wide. I'm like, get in my belly. That's how Candy was acting. But anyway, you know, so at this point, we get into Latoya trying to so-called make amends with Drew by saying, you know I've been talking about, you've been getting word about how your wig ain't been plucked and how this is this and it was coming off and all this stuff, and I'm sitting here like, bitch, what type of fucking apology starts like this? You don't give a backhanded ass apology by fucking insulting a bitch at the same time. Like, that's null and void right there. Like, can you stop being shady for 1 minute? Bitch, it's irritating at this point because it's no reason. And then The only thing that I agree with her, I was like, when Drew got her ass up, I said, bitch, what the fuck you got on? She done transferred back to the 80s or whatever, but we ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that, okay? But, she was like, I got you a wig. I'm putting in to get you a wig made and all this stuff. She was like, no, baby, I don't need your wig, okay? You said what you said. I don't need no wig. It'll be a waste because I would never wear it, and I get my wigs done by the top people in Hollywood. I said, who, bitch? Girl, I got questions, Drew. Who, girl? Who? Okay? But anyway, she was like, but hold on a minute. Let me go get something for you. She went and got one of her headshots. And she said, the first time you ever met me, you said you didn't like me because of my character on the game and me breaking up Melanie and Doran. So that means that your ass been watching me. And since you've been keeping up with my wigs and everything, you've been watching me. And that ain't nothing but a #1 fan. So let me just send my autograph on my headshot, okay, to my #1 fan, Latoya. I said, bitch, I know that's fucking right. It was corny as hell, but it was cute. Even Candy had to say, touche to that, okay? And Drew said at the end of the day, in my friend group, when we shade each other, whatever, and we have an issue, we put it out on the table and we let it be done and we move on from that. So Latoya said what she had to say about the wig and all that stuff. She owned up to what she said, and it's over. It's done with. It ain't, because they still going back and forth on social media as we speak. But what's going on? Is the Super Bowl next week? Is that why the Bravo said, the Real Housewives will be turning on the 7th, which is next week? Do they mean the 14th? Okay, like I don't understand. Maybe. But anyway, I don't know. It may or may not be an episode next week. I don't know if the Super Bowl coming on. But yeah, so at that point when she said that, Marlo was like, yeah, so this situation with me and Kenya, like, Kenya, it really hurt me to my core that you gave me that small room, because I'm trying to understand, like, wow, like, this girl really don't like me. Like, she tearing up, and Kenya said that, like, this is some bullshit, and it was bullshit, because as soon as Kenya said, well, you need to understand the reason why it got to the point where the things that you said, I'm thinking that you're a friend, but you saying stuff that gets me to the point to say the stuff that I say about you, okay, which is true, okay. They say that could be applied on both sides of the fence. Marlo will say something about Kenya, Kenya say it back. Kenya say something about Marlo will throw shots back and all that stuff. So Marlo, you not innocent in it. I don't think she trying to make herself innocent in it, but baby, y'all need a lesson in how to apologize to one another and squash shit, because Marlo, this was not the way. When she said, you up here always throwing insults about me, she was like, all I said is you had bad skin and that you had fake ass. I don't have a fake ass. Well, yes, you do. And she was like, no, I don't. I mean, you got ingestion somewhere, because that is not real, bitch. And you expect her to say, I'm sorry, or to, we'll be cool after that? No, Marlo, and then you gonna get up. Marlo, try again, okay? Next time. Anyway, that was the Real Housewives. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.